welcome to Practicing Photography. Glad you could make it. Guess what we're doing this week? We're starting a 4-part series on fireworks. I hope you stick with me. So to start off, I've taken a lot of photos of fireworks. I've had some successes, I've had some failures, but I've had a lot of fun doing it. But stick with me, and I'll help you be successful on your first time. I'll help you nail the fireworks show that you go to with the best photos that you could ever come out with. So this is going to be a 4-part series. This first part is basically just how to set up and do fireworks for the first time. The second video is going to be of what I call erratic camera movement, something I discovered totally by accident. The third video is going to be called intentional camera movement. When I discovered erratic camera movement, I discovered on the internet intentional camera movement already existed, so I didn't invent anything, but I had fun. I discovered it myself. The fourth video is going to be on zooming with fireworks. I'll show you how to do that as well. I'm actually going to give you a couple weeks to be able to practice some of this. So the series will end 2 weeks before 4th of July, roughly. So we can have time to practice and play with this. You don't have to have fireworks to play with this, and I'll tell you how to do that when we get to the practice videos. But for now, let's just talk about the basics of fireworks and what you need to do. So a couple of things to keep in mind. Let's talk about some things you're going to take with you that's not photography related. You're going to bring a blanket so you can lay it out nicely where you can lay your stuff down comfortably and have some space. Be considerate of others around you. But understand this, the people that are around you are not going to disturb your photos with light. You're going to be shooting up into the sky. Even if they got their cell phones or whatever they got that's making light, the little necklaces that glow in the dark that the kids get, they're not going to mess with your lights. So let that happen. Bring bug spray. You're going to be out on the 4th of July. If it's hot and humid, the bug's going to be there. You'll thank me later. Take some bug spray. About equipment that's needed. Obviously your camera. A DSLR is best, but you can do this with a cell phone, an iPhone or an Android. Most of them have, most of the settings that I'm going to talk about are something similar. So if you have a mobile phone, take a look at the advanced settings on your camera and you could probably do the same thing. Other things you need is a tripod. A remote trigger is very, very helpful. You'll see why. And I think that's about it. Oh, let's talk about the lenses. Just the kit lens that came with your camera when you bought it. An 18 to 34, 18 to 35 millimeter, I think it is typical. So take that with you and use 18 millimeters to start with until you find a good range. And we'll talk about that as well during this video. One item that I had forgot to take them with me, and I carry it in my bag now all the time, is a lint-free cloth. You'll see a couple of pictures. I have 7 to share with you at the end of this video, where I took photos, but my lens was fogging up. And it's a pretty cool effect, but that's not what I was after. My photos weren't as sharp, but they look pretty cool, but it wasn't intentional. So take a lint-free cloth with you to wipe off the end of your lens. So let's talk about the settings of the camera. I'll show you the settings on the back of my camera. What we're going to do is we're going to turn our camera on. And once we got it on, what we're going to do is we're going to set it to what I call the bulb setting. That'll be up on this dial right here, the bulb setting. I like a setting of f9.0 and ISO 100. And with those settings, I can get some pretty cool pictures. There are some other options on those settings back there, and we'll get that in a minute, but let's talk about focus before we get back to those settings. Focus needs to be on manual as well, and what I'll do is set it all the way to infinity and then back it off about 1/8 of an inch. That's usually pretty good. Don't adjust it, and other than checking that you're still there in case you moved it by accident. So let's get back to these settings. 100 ISO, f9.0 for aperture, and bulb for shutter speed. What bulb does is when I hold the button down to take a picture, it will stay open as long as I hold it. I'm still holding it right now, the shutter's still open. When I let go of it, it releases. But you can imagine, if this is on my tripod and I push it, the camera is going to move even if it's on a tripod, and the picture is going to be ruined. That's why you need a remote shutter release, whether it's electronic or tethered. I like the tethered ones for this one. I just do. I want to make sure it works. I don't need to worry about batteries as often. So with the tether, I can push the button, hold it, and let go of it just like I did here with the button on top. Another option you have is instead of bulb setting, you can set it to manual. So I set my camera to manual. Hopefully it's in focus. And we will set a shutter speed of 4 seconds. That's a good starting point. You'll see the photos at the end of my video. I'll put the shutter speed and all the different settings that I had. My shutter speed in this video, on these photos I share with you, are between, I think, 1 second and 10 seconds. Some of them are like at 3.4. That's not an option on the back here. That's from the shutter release, holding it. There you go. Grab your camera, your iPhone, your Android, whatever camera you're going to use, your bug spray, blankets, tripods, all your equipment. And when you're ready to go to the fireworks show, you're going to know what to do. You're going to get great photos. I know you will. So enjoy this year. Take great pictures, share them on social media, share them in my link down below in my comments. And if you like this video, if you learned some things from this video, hit the like and subscribe button for me and share it with others so they can learn as well. Have a great day.